Greetings, friends and spiritual rebels. Today, I want to talk about something I have recently learned about the gift of empathy, the gift that so often seems as a curse, because it makes us sensitive, particularly in social situations, to the needs of others, which can lead to us extending our will, our desire, our drive to take responsibility for everyone, their emotions, their needs, their comfort. Because if they're uncomfortable or they're unhappy, we feel it as if we are uncomfortable and happy. And the only way for us to be comfortable and happy is to satiate everyone around us or to be alone, which is why, for the most part, empaths are solitary creatures. Because in order to regenerate their energy and to stay healthy, they need that alone time. They need that regeneration time, because when they're with other people, they are sensing and feeling, and most often it's anxiety and fear and all sorts of negative emotions. That can be exhausting, and it usually is. Something I just learned about empaths is that they are transmuters. When they cycle energy through themselves, when they touch the emotion of others, they can amplify that emotion, but they can also turn it if they have the strength and the will, if their energy is not depleted, if they're able to pull from source, if they're vital enough, they can shift the emotions of others from negative to positive. They can shift the space of others. They can shift it down. They can also shift it up. They have a stronger influence on their environment, on the energy around them than most people do, because of what they are, because of their capacity. And when you have a very polluted, a space of energy that's very polluted, some very bad things have happened there. They can rectify that. They can regenerate the energy. They can turn it from a negative to a positive. Some places are darker than others. Some places take more time than others. It's work to do that, to shift energy. It's a different kind of work from physically moving things around. But both require focus, attention, vitality, will, push. Empaths serve a very vital function of spiritual healing. People, places, even things. There are inanimate objects that carry very dark energy as well as very bright energy. An empath can shift that. Again, it takes time, energy, and focus, like any other task. And sometimes when there's significant darkness, it can be more than an empath can carry to try to turn that energy. And one of the things an empath has to watch for is being fed off of, which can happen because of their ability to transmute and carry a lot of energy, to connect with source, and to pull a lot of energy from source. Drawing energy through your physical body, it can leave you with a lot of energy, depending on how much you have spent out. or it can drain you. It takes energy to carry and cycle energy. You can't be depleted to start with. And if you cycle out too much, or if you pour your energy out and it isn't cycled back, if there's a binding or a constriction that's put around you or on your environment so that you're not able to create that flow, as with electricity, there has to be a flow. If that doesn't happen, you can be damaged as an empath, you can be drained, you can fall ill. We are energy beings. The body is electric. This can be seen in what has happened, the different diseases that have developed as we've brought electricity into our homes, as we have electricity, power wires going on over our head. You didn't see leukemia the way we see it now until power lines, the larger ones, the ones that carry enormous capacity. When they would go up over schools, you'd see children develop leukemia. It's a disease of energy. Not that that's broadly talked about, not that we really want to acknowledge that, not that it's okay to admit that. There's a lot about our health system in relation to our true spirit, our how our bodies work, what's real, that does not get discussed or dealt with. It doesn't change its reality. And we're coming on a time when we're going to have to deal in true reality, not the reality that has been imposed on us. If you are an empath or you know someone who is, of whatever capacity, know that you have a valuable place, even if what you are makes it difficult for you to walk in a world that is competitive, that drowns you out, and that overwhelms you at times. It is difficult to hold that role, but enormously important. Because without you, without what you can do, the darkness would be darker. It would spread farther. And it would be harder to learn, understand, and even hear what is the universal truth. Something to think about, and welcome to the woods.